I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to get it turned around on me by some certain person, so I'm not going to say a word. All right. Got some things for you to write down.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I had this done for one.
Will you chill?
Trying to match up which one goes.
No, I'm not going to do that to you. If you would just chill and not say anything before I get started. Actually, the one you need to write down first is the one that I don't have here, but just write those down. Just P times Q times R, that's the multiplication rule. And then the ones I really care about is this one. And this one.
Is that NCR or NCR?
Yeah. NCR and NPR.
And it's an explanation point?
Mm-hmm. It's called factorial. Let me go ahead and pull that up while I'm at it. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, nice one.
Now, is that sufficient? Diva. All right. Go and pull that other formula up. There it is. Now, this in, pull this in. There's the factorial. Well, there's the 4 rules that you're going to be using in this chapter. No, I'm just going to put it on the board and then we're going to quit for today and y'all are responsible for it. Just trying to get her agitated. Yes, it does. It says, N, be excited about N. That's what it means. All right, everybody got them written down? Okay.
So they take, we have 5 different formulas.
Well, 4 really, because this is 1. I'm going to write them all down for you again. What'd you say?
I said it was no wonder that people failed this class.
I had a pretty good retention rate.
Yeah, you, because your tests are online and we can open this up. But do you think that people are going to remember that formula when they sit?
I don't ask y'all to remember it because I'll show you how to use a calculator. And it's in your calculator. Actually, you are right. It's hard to remember, and I don't tell people to remember it. I just tell people to be aware of it. But you're right. P, Q, and R, I think y'all can understand that. That's just multiplying 2.
Wow. Looks good.
We'll try that again. 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 or whatever. I mean, that's just multiplying numbers together. So that's not a big deal. But factorial is a expression, it's an exclamation mark, and that basically means that you're going to multiply numbers in their sequence except 0. Why? Huh?
It would make all the numbers 0.
Exactly. If you multiply by 0, you wouldn't have to do factorial because it'd be 0 all the time. Okay? So pick a number between 1 and 10. 2. 2 factorial is equal to 2 times 1, which is 2. 3 factorial is what? 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. Or you can take the 3 and multiply by 2 factorial, which is this right here. 4 factorial, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 4 times 3 factorial, which is 4 times 6, which is 24. 5 factorial. 5 times 3 times 2 times 1.
5 times 3.
5 times 4, sorry. I suck. That's why people can't do probability, because I suck.
You just quit and go home.
Huh?
Just quit and go home.
There you go. Just quit.
Just quit.
And what's 5 times 24? So that's what factorial means. Now, not a lot of times are you going to use factorial. Okay? Like if I told you, let's take the word smile. Okay? How many different words? Now, I didn't say meaningful words. How many different arrangements of those letters can you make? Well, there's 5 letters there, so it'd be 5 factorial. Which is how much? There's 120 different arrangements of that word. Now, whether they mean anything or not, I didn't say meaningful words, I just said different arrangements. Capiche? Anybody have any problems with these? So 6 factorial would be 6 times what? 120, which would be 720. And then 7 factorial would be 7 times 720, which would be 51 something. 7 factorial. 7 factorial would be, okay, I'm sorry, I just multiplied wrong. Okay, now how do you do it on your calculator? Well, you take well, you got a button.
I got a button.
You got a button. And don't forget, if you need the TI-83, go to Wabbit EMU. Wabbit as still the Wabbit EMU, and you can download this on your Android. Wabbit, go to Play Store and pull up Wabbit, WABBIT EMU. And if you got an Android, you can download this calculator for free.
You have an iPhone that won't work.
Nope.
Well, that sucks.
Well, unless they've changed it. I know the last couple of semesters they don't have it for the iPhone. You have to pay for it or something. That's because people that have iPhones are rich. People that have Androids, we on welfare. So we can't afford an iPhone. All right. So everybody look for the button, and that button is under the math key. So I'm going to do 7, and then I'm going to hit math, and then I'm going to go over to probability, and hit number 4. No coughing, please. You need to lay off the Marlboro Reds. 50-40. Told you. Now what are you going to complain about? All right. So let's do 8 factorial. 8. Math.
40,320.
Ooh. Somebody's getting fast. 9 factorial. Now watch this. This is a trick I learned in the war. Second. Enter. And then you can go back and put 9. You don't have to go through all that.
What'd you say?
Second.
362,000.
Enter. And then backspace. And backspace and put in 9.
Yeah.
And if you want to put in 15, you hit second, enter, then go back and hit second, delete, insert, and then you can do 15. Second, delete, puts the insert cursor in so you can put another digit in. Right above it, it should say insert. Look at this delete key. Should have an INS above it, up at the top row. What do you have, a TI-83? Be right here, right beside your arrow. Should have INS above it.
And then I just put my number in?
Yeah. Doesn't work?
Okay. You're gonna mess up something.
We'll try it again. I want to make sure everybody can do it. I think your calculator will go up to 74 or 75. Second, enter. I'm going to put 75.
And then delete? No?
Second, delete, and then put in your number.
7, 3. I'm doing something wrong, sorry.
Watch. Let me do second, enter. All right, I've got 2 digits there. I need to put in 3. Your calculator won't do 3. But I'm going to put in a second digit. So I cursor over. I'm going to put 175. And I hit second, delete, and then type in a 1. That's what I'm trying to teach you to do, is insert.
Okay.
What is it, 74 or 75? We won't do 75. Huh?
69.
69?
Is the last time.
Okay. I knew it was close somewhere in there. 69. Math. Probability. And factorial. Yeah, that's the last one. That's got 98 zeros in it. All right? So everybody should know how to use a calculator with factorial now. And that's what that means. Did you get it to work?
Yes, my iPhone actually has that button. Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Why we don't have to download the calculator, I guess.
Okay? Now, combination. What is a combination? Combination means no order. Write that down. Combination, you can read all this if you want to, but it means no order. Where permutation means order. So, you can either plug and chug into that formula, which is a pain, or you can do it on your calculator. So how do you do it? Well, let me find a problem for you right quick. Let me go to the handy dandy e-text and let me find a... Okay, computing, there's one right there. So, but I don't want that. I want you to see what the question is going to ask. Well, it's not that one. Must be on the next page. Okay, here we go. They're doing permutation first, so we'll do a permutation. All right. Where's my... One of those days. All right, here's your problem. Real simple. All right, write that down. This is for permutation. Now I want you to do it two ways. I want you to do it two ways. I want you to do it by hand using that formula for permutation. And then I want you to do it in your calculator. See if you can figure out how to do it in your calculator. But I will show you how to do both. In how many ways can a 10-horse race finish first, second, and third? Well, what do you have in this sentence? What numbers do you have? You have 10, and then you have 1, 2, 3. You got 3. 10 and 3. So which one you think is in? Why? Wrong answer. So that's why you're not going to pass. 10 is in because it's your largest number. So if you know n, then the other one is what? R, Hubert. That's right, class.
And then we're looking for C or P?
You've got permutation because it's the order.
So that's P.
Yeah, P is order. P is order. Combination is no order. So plug and chug into the formula, simplify it, and then take the calculator and do the math.
Well, what'd you say P was?
That's what you're trying to find.
1?
P is what you're trying to find. You got to plug it into permutation formula.
What's R? R?
R is 3. And N is 10. Plug it in your formula, simplify the formula, and then do the formula by hand, or with your calculator, do it by hand. Then I want you to go through and see if you can use the math key, and see if you can figure out how to use the math key.
When it says NPR, what does that mean?
That means you're finding the permutation right here.
Okay, so,
You're finding the permutation of n is equal to 10 and r is equal to 3, and you're plugging it in right here.
yeah, I already did all that, and the number 720.
That's it.
That's the answer?
There's 700. If you did the math right, there's
720.
700 different possibilities, yes. So we're going to take our handy dandy formula, and we got 10 forces that can come in 3 places. Oops. Which means we can read the directions, read the formula. So which one's in? 10 factorial over, what's 10 minus 3? 7 factorial.
Could you do that in a simple way, just like going 10 minus 9, when I say like write it out, or you don't even have to write it out, just cross out like 7 to 1.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to show you, but you interrupted. Anyway, 10 times 9, but you can't do it on your calculator this way. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4
Let's give it to you.
times 3 times 1. I'm showing you something.
Times 2 times 1.
Okay, 2 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 7 factorial is 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And what happens to the 7 times 6 times, what happens to those? They cancel out. Anything over itself is what? 1, Hubert. Thank you, class. So 10 times 9 times 8 times 1 is your answer. Or you could punch it in your calculator as 10 factorial over 7 factorial. Or you can type in 10 math. Which one is permutation? Which number? I'm sorry, what? I know, which one is that?
Second one.
Second one. 2. Number 2. And then enter. See what you get.
What does the math key look like?
It should be on the left of your arrows. Hold on, I'll pull it up. There you go. Right, okay, there it is. I'm sorry, I was thinking of stat. It's right there.
I just did 10 to the exclamation. Divided by 7 today.
That's fine. However you want to do it. So we're going to do it on the calculator.
I do that. Is it enter?
Yeah, hold on. So that's going to be 10
Right.
math,
Possibility.
probability. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you to do probability. NPR,
Enter.
and then 2. Or 3, I'm sorry. I didn't put 3, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's what I was missing.
720. I got to put a 3 right here, my bad. That's why everybody fails.
Right.
It's my fault.
Got it.
That's vodka in that bottle.
With mine?
No, mine.
Oh.
Math, probability. Actually, I don't like vodka. Probability. What'd you say?
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, who drinks vodka out of a water bottle besides a frat balloon?
That's true, an alcoholic. Math, probability, 2, and then enter. How's that? Is that better? Okay, that's how you do it. Now, I would highly suggest that you get a TI-84 or TI-83 on your phone. Like I said, Droid people can get it for get it for free. Huh? Yeah, and it doesn't hurt your phone. I've had it on my phone for 2 or 3 years now. Well, when you when it asks you to save something, I think DLL or something, does it ask you to save something? You approve it. You say yes.
What's different about the 84 versus the 83?
Not much. The 84 will give you a little bit more statistical information. Especially that correlation coefficient. The TI-84 will give you that. So if you're downloading off of MU, Wabbit EMU, then you might want to download the TI-84 or the TI-84 Plus. Okay? So, what about combination? Do a combination. What does that mean? That means you got 10 horses. You want to know what? How many different ways can 10 horses come in?
720 different ways.
So, no. I said combination. So do 10.
10.
What? NCR.
That is my handy handicap.
And how many places are there?
10 times 7, 20 times 3. Huh? Is that right?
No, how many places can they come in? Like 5 or 6 places. You can
10,
do
right?
10 NCR. I'm thinking. In 6 places. 10, 6 places.
Why only 6?
Hmm?
There's 10 horses and there'd be 10 places.
Yeah, that's right. No, they can't do. You can't do a combination with order. You can't do it with order. You have to do it with something else. I'll give you another example. Let's do another example. I don't want to do that. It'll mess y'all up. Let's do. Let's pull up the combination example and let's look at it, and then we'll look at the homework.
What section is this we're in right now?
Last section, 5 point. Somebody tell me 5. I think it is. Yeah. Let me check.
5.5?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here's what the 5.6. Putting it together, which method do I use?
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, Tuesday. We talked about that. What? I think you wasn't here.
I was trying to get you. So you know.
Huh?
I was doing my best to get there.
Yeah, I'm sure you were really going to come back.
Hubert, he was like, no, you need to hang on me for a minute. Otherwise, you might do a warning.
Okay, let's do this one. It says, Roger, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Oh, gosh, man. And pull this up. The things I do for y'all. I should just write it on the whiteboard and just, oh, the things
You know
I
we
do.
pay you to be here, right?
Huh?
We pay you to be here.
I go out of my way to do some of this stuff, let me tell you. It's about aggravating. All right.
About.
What? 84 or 84 plus, anything with 84 is what I would get. All right. Roger, Ken, Tom, and Jay are going to play golf. They will randomly select teams of 2 players each. There we go. That's no order.
So 4.
So list all possible. That is, list all the combinations of 4 people. 2 teams. 2-man teams. So, 4 combination of 2. Now the difference in 4 combination of 2 means the 2 is not in any kind of what? Order. It's just 2-man teams. Usually when you're talking about teams, committee members, committees, write this down because you're going to see it again. Committees and teams, usually that's a combination. or lottery? We're going to do lottery next. That's the one I love to do. Yep.
In the R apostrophe.
Some students, I tell you what.
That's the.
Are usually combinations.
So you're not, that's why you're not going to pass. All right, 4 combination 2. What do you come out with? Well, let's go to the handy dandy calculator. 4, math, probability, combination of 2.
Will I ever have to write it out and not use my calculator?
There's no reason for you to have to write it out.
I like this.
This is one chapter that I will strongly recommend you use the calculator.
This one was combination.
So there's 6 different teams that you could have with the 4 guys.
We're not going to use the formulas?
You can, or you can use the NCR. That would be 4 factorial over 2 factorial, would it not be? And 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is what? 12?
Right.
24 or 12?
24 was 24 divided by.
Oh, combination is different.
2.
You got to do
Yeah, I know.
You got to do 2 factorial times 2 factorial is 4. And what's 24 divided by 4?
So much easier.
6. You got to look at the formula on combination. Combination is different. Let everybody look. See right here? N is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then what is R? 2. So 2 factorial times 2 factorial is 2 times 2, which is 4. So you're going to take 24 and divide it by 4, and you get 6.
Okay.
So 6 is your answer. I'll write it right here. 4 factorial over 2 factorial times 4 minus 2 factorial. Oops, sorry. And that's equal to 4 factorial is 24. 2 factorial is 2. And what's 4 minus 2? 2 factorial is 2. So 24 minus 4, or 24 divided by 4 is 6. Comprende? All right, now let's look at the lottery. So we're going to take our handy dandy internet. And we're going to pull up sclottery.com, something like that. Or is it South Carolina Lottery? Yeah, there it is. And let's look up the Powerball. And how to play. And then we're going to take our handy dandy snipping tool. Take that word. And we're going to I'm ready. So, there we go. Okay, just do that. Pull up our handy dandy whiteboard. Nope, that's not right. Well, it would also help the teachers if IT would set up the paths for, is it 8? Yeah. For it, and when you come into the classroom, everything is preset. But since I'm the only one on campus, on any campus that does this, that's why I don't get stuff set up. They won't do it. Of half the dinosaurs that's on campus won't know how to work the computer. All right. Select 5 different numbers from 1 to 69 and 1 to 26, one Powerball, 1 to 26. What is the probability of getting all 5 and what does and mean? What the two additive, the additive or the multiplicative law? What does and mean? Thank you, one person out of 16. Multiply. So we're going to multiply. So you're going to have 2 combinations. Does it say anything about order? No. And if you ever played the lottery, you don't have to have it in order. So you need to do a combination for the 69, and you need to do a combination for the Powerball. Or you can just meditate. Kind of like the wildebeest on Zootopia.
What's the I'm confused on what the R would be.
R is going to be 5 on the first one,
Oh,
and
okay.
1 on the second one. Select 5 different numbers out of 69. So which one's the bigger number? 69. So that means R is going to be 5. And select 1 from a number from 1 to 26. So N would be 26, R would be 1. Now let me ask you a question. If you answer a question on the lottery, or if you're looking up how to play, what's the chances are that you're going to buy a ticket?
Probably pretty good.
Okay, so in order to get the question right on any lottery question, it's assumed that you're buying a what? Ticket. So what you are figuring is the denominator. What goes in the numerator? 1 ticket, or 10 tickets, or whatever the case may be. So, in this case, you would have 1 over 69 combination 5 times 26 combination 1. What? What's the probability of you getting all 5 and the Powerball? And means what? Multiply. And you're buying 1 ticket. I'll show you a trick I learned in the war. That's what I'm fixing to pull up.
Do it.
Why
I should
not?
run us in the war. I mean,
Huh? That's a joke. It's a joke, veterans usually say. This is a trick I learned in the war. So, I'll take this and I'll move this out for y'all. And I'll make this a little bit bigger. No, we're gonna make some big numbers.
I
There we
hate it,
go.
so, just so you know.
Why do you hate it?
I hate it.
Well, I'm not telling you you have to use it. I'm showing you
No, I
this.
have to use it. I have to more than.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm
We're
just.
gonna do these things so much in our lifetime.
You never
This
know.
class, I have to do these things.
You never know.
Happy to be here.
I'm thinking. All right. 1, 10. 50, 100, 1,500. No, not 1,500. 500. 1,000. 1,500. 3,000. 5,000. 10,000. 50,000. 100,000. 150,000. 500,000. And a million. And 150. Does anybody in here remember when the lottery came to South Carolina?
Yeah.
What was the big problem? Everybody was up in the air about it, remember? We just had got rid of video poker, which was the crack cocaine of gambling, the cigarettes to the tobacco industry. Why were we having a problem with the lottery?
Jesus doesn't like it.
That's right.
Jesus didn't like it.
Is that right?
No, not necessarily.
Jesus doesn't want us to gamble.
Hmm? Actually, people say it's the Bible Belt, but the reason is, what are we in South Carolina?
Southern.
We Southern, and what goes along with being Southern?
Republican.
What?
Something from nothing.
No, that's the Democrats. Democrats want
No,
something
I'm
for
saying
nothing.
we're Republicans, so we don't want something.
Oh, okay. Well, besides being Republican, what else are Southerners?
My children are entitled.
Hmm?
They feel entitlement to everything.
Not Southerners.
This generation is.
Oh, yeah, this generation
They're
is.
Southern and Northern and.
Yeah, this generation. I want free education. I want free this. My daughter's the same way. She just started at Domino's, and I asked her. I said, "How do you like your check?" She said, "A lot being taken out." And I said, "Welcome to the Republican Party. Pay for all them benefits, government benefits." Anyway, if you're Southern, you're ignorant, right? That's what the whole nation thinks. And people in the South can't handle the lottery because they give up their whole paycheck for the lottery. Let's take, for instance, Bubba. Let's say Bubba, he goes and plays the lottery. And he decides to buy one ticket.
And 12
Okay.
pack of beer.
And and gotta have 15 packs of cigarettes, but can't pay the light bill. Divided by, parentheses, that'd be, what'd you say, 69? Oh, I gotta put an equal sign, I'm sorry. Equals 1 divided by, parentheses, 69, combi, 5, times, I better put another set of parentheses, times, parentheses, 26, combi, close parentheses, close parentheses. That comes out to be, oops, it didn't like that. Well, we'll do it separately. Hold on. Equals. Oh, I know why I didn't do it. I put it in wrong. Combi, parentheses. What is it? 69, comma, 5. Parentheses. 25, comma. Huh? Is it 26? Yeah, I'm making sure I got the, I don't think I've got the parentheses right. I think this one, I think this one's wrong. Okay, it's not doing it, so I'll have to do it separately. Just give me a second. Take this out.
On the opposite way on combi,
Huh?
after the I.
Did I not do it? What did I do? It might be combined. It might be combined. You're right. It might be. Put it in. Yeah, you're right. You are so smart. What? What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Nothing.
You're mumbling.
I'm talking to Mary.
You're not
I'm talking to
enunciating.
my friend Mary.
Oh, you got plans? Divided by, I don't have any.
Oh my God.
Divided by,
Mary's my friend.
there. There we go. What'd y'all get? When you did it, what'd you get?
I didn't get anything yet, because I didn't know what you were doing.
Well, I meant when you did the original problem.
I got 1.4 negative 9.
Okay, we're changing that because we want to see what it looks
I didn't
like.
get anything near that. I think yours is wrong.
Okay. That's,
Let me download that code.
there we go. How's that look? Let's make these a little bit bigger for y'all. I know, I'm having brain bubbles. There we go. And I'm gonna change this with this. And y'all watch this. Hey y'all, watch this. Famous last words of redneck.
I found 9-1.
There we go. Go ahead and try 2 million. So Bubba buys 1 ticket. And then he loses. Then he buys 100 tickets. He loses. Then he goes out and buys 3,000 tickets. And he loses. Then he goes out and buys 500,000 tickets. And he loses. Then he goes out and buys 2 million tickets. He loses. Why? Because what do we usually round to in the real world? Usually the hundreds, tenths and the hundreds, money. So what is the percent that you're going to win all the way through all of those scenarios? 0, except for these last 2. and that's 1% here and 1% here. So you see why people didn't want the lottery to come to South Carolina, because we're all ignorant and we go out and buy all these tickets and we didn't understand why we didn't win.
Somebody has to win.
But we had gamblers anonymous.
Yep.
Doesn't that fix it?
I guess, I don't know.
Do they really need to stay anonymous?
You know, this is no joke, and I know that's why they did it, because if any of you were in South Carolina when we had poker machines,
Yeah.
it was awful.
We still have them.
What they like in the restaurants?
They would come in, people would come in and spend their whole paycheck on it. And of course, when the lottery came, all the politicians, snooty as they are, they thought that South Carolina would just go in the hole, because all of us ignorant Southerners, we would go out and spend our paycheck at the stop and go on the poker machines. Well, they were getting rid of the poker machines. And then we were just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater and just put our whole paycheck in the lottery.
They're losing the money to those check places too.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Those are loan sharks.
Those pay advances.
Yeah, there's nothing but loan sharks. Oh gosh, they're like Mexican restaurants. Every other block there's a what? What? Yeah, I mean that and Southern Baptist churches. Every other block.
Well, those days,
Some days, a little bit some days.
And why do Mexican restaurants color the restaurant yellow and blue and green?
They're like loud colors.
Whew.
They're colorful people. Look at Papa's and Beer. I'm like distracted.
I never have been in there.
I can't even eat these cereals.
My place is El Railroads, because I know the owner and he brings
You know
refreshments.
what? I like the place next to the gas station on Broward. I feel like Guy Fieri is going to end up in that.
What?
It's the Mexican place right next to the
Yeah.
gas station, next to Coops.
Oh, yeah. So
Really
it's
good.
yeah.
Really
That's
good.
the guy that owns El Patron's.
Okay.
Little short Mexican. Mhm. He owns that. But El Railroads, they keep bringing these little refreshments in these little cups, little glasses, and they're
Hey,
good.
refried beans are making a comeback.
I don't know what that is, but the little refreshments in little clear glasses. Real good stuff.
Is it tequila?
It's Kool-Aid. All right. We ought to go there one day.
Field trip.
Yeah, then somebody will complain that I made y'all go to lunch. I had somebody say that. I made the class go to lunch.
We were studying the probability of who would order a burrito compared to tacos.
Yeah, we could study that.
What's the probability?
So you see why Bubba don't need to play the lottery, because he's got the thinking that he wouldn't make it.
You know, when the lottery gets up to like $750 million,
I play it when it
like
gets.
my grandmother goes out and buys
Yeah.
$100 worth of tickets, and I'm like, what?
I would buy one, or I'd buy 10. That's about it. I've never bought more than 10.
The only time I played was when it was at like 1.5.
Yeah.
2 months ago. I bought like 10 tickets.
If I win that, I'm not coming back to your play.
Listen, you know what I do if I won the lottery? First of all, I put it in a savings account, because I spend money like crazy. Second of all, I would keep my job for the remainder of the year. So like if it's June right now, I would keep just so I could take my paycheck and blow it. Just blow it. Just go to the bank and pull it out of cash and just blow it. And after I did that for a few months and got it out of my system, then I'd quit.
No, you wouldn't.
Why do you say I would?
Because.
How hard is it going to be to get out of
Because you're terrible with money. You just admitted it. It's not going to stop.
I would spend that money in no time.
Why?
I would have an air conditioned, I would have 3 air conditioned,
Like,
I would have an air conditioned D8, an air conditioned track hoe, and an air conditioned track loader. And then I would have I'd have at least 3 or 4 brand new tractors. And then I'd have brand new equipment like harrows and planters and stuff like that. So I could have it would be gone in $1.3 or $5.3 million, I could have it gone in about a year.
My husband has my car keys.
Yeah, well, see, all that's equipment.
People mess up, they go out.
Take my debit card.
Well, yeah, and that's what, and in my business class, we talk about compound interest. And you could actually live off the interest of, well, not, you used to before the recession and the economy. The economy has not gotten better because the banks, if you go put money in a savings account, you only get like 0.02%.
My grandma's getting 1.9, she gets collected a lot of money from her.
That's the IRA though, probably. To see, it used to be what? It used to be about 8%. Until the banks get back up to 8%, the economy is still sucking, no matter what you hear on the news. All right, so now you know how to do a combination, you know how to do a permutation. Let's look at some problems. Let's look at 1 or 2 problems.
What are we supposed to know how to do now?
I don't know. I'm off the clock right now.
Found the P and the C. Got it.
You got it? See there, you answered your own question. You're so smart. Let's go to homework. And this is 5.5. You're not going to finish.
I will too.
No, you won't. I'll make sure. I'll cut it off tonight.
Do you teach a business class at this college?
103. Business math. You didn't listen.
Is that 155?
No, 103.
Business math,
I can do this one. It's closed.
No, I don't want to do that one. I want to do one that has.
It's 43 outfits right there. Just kidding.
I'm trying to find a combination of permutation. Well, that's the one we did. Okay, suppose 31 cars start a race. How many can top? Just read the problem.
I got it.
I'm gonna blow it up for y'all. And if you can't see, there's still a seat in the back right corner that y'all can sit in if you can't see.
How do we know?
quantitative reasoning,
Yes,
what is that?
it's 2 chapters out of this book, and then it's a business chapter and a chapter I don't go through. He took it last semester. I suggest anybody that takes 103 take 120, and 120 take 103 because you're going to need it. Because most people come back and get their bachelor's in this and their bachelor's in that, and they need 2 maths.
103?
101 will not train, does not count.
No, 103. I teach 103 next semester.
Is it easy?
What is the balance? What kind of math is it?
These first 2 chapters is the first 2 in that one.
So I'm just repeating the same story.
Keep your notebook. He can tell you.
Yeah, like the only difference is he adds in like the banking math and business math.
Yeah, business math is unit 3. It's very informative.
See, I know how to do all this.
Income tax and
That was
amortization and savings and compound interest and stuff like that.
to me, my point.
It's not that difficult.
About the hardest part is the income tax. Just
Mhm.
how
Well, I mean, you can
complicated math.
Because of the code, because of the tax code.
I can just get on survey time.
You're so smart. Okay, so what will this be? 31 permutation 3. So you take your handy dandy calculator. Hold on. Top 3 positions. So here we go. 31. Math. Permutation 3. There you go.
How do you know whether it's permutation or correlation?
Because what does this say? Top what?
Order or not order, right?
That's it. Order and not order. Anytime you're talking about a race, it's going to be order. It's permutation.
Okay.
You're talking about committees or teams or lottery, combination. Unless the lottery question asked you for order. Usually they don't. So I was trying to find one. So let's type it in so we see we know what we're doing. 269.70. Now, if this was a lottery question, would I put in 269.70 or would I put in 1 over 269.70?
1.
1, because it's assuming if you're trying to find the odds that you're playing. Or if it asked you to win, it's saying that you bought a ticket. Then it will check it. Fantastic. You are a winner. Let's see if we can find the lottery question. Huh? I know they got a lottery question in here somewhere. Because I... Alright, let's see.
Are everybody's homework questions the same with the same numbers?
Are they different order and have different numbers?
You saying they are, or you asking
They
me?
do.
Oh, they do. So,
Alright, the grade appeals process, blah, 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 is structured by selecting 6 individuals randomly from a pool of 11 students and 10 faculty. What is the probability of selecting a jury all students? What is the probability of selecting a student? Let me blow it up. Just write it down. And then I'll bring it back down. There you go.
you can do 2 problems, right?
Pretty much, yeah. All right. Now in this problem, first of all, you got to find your total. It says the grade appeals process at a university requires that a jury be structured by selecting 6 individuals randomly from a pool of 11 students and 10 faculty. So which one's the bigger number? 11 and 10 are bigger than what? 6, right? That's your 3 numbers. Look at it again. grade blah, 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 blah by selecting 6 individuals randomly from a pool of 11 and a pool of 10. So figure out what both pools are. That's your total. Add them both together. So that would be combination, because are we talking about order? No. So that would be 11 combination of 6 and 11 combination of, no, 10 combination of 6. That's your total. Remember, probability, you got to find your total first. What is the probability of selecting a jury of all students? So that would mean that we would take 11 students, 11 combination of 6.
46.2.
Put it in and see if I get fantastic.
And we're not going that quick yet. All right, so that would be 11 combination of 6 over the total. So here we go. So we're going to take 11 combination of 6 plus 10 combination of 6. What does that come out to be? Well, let's do it on the calculator.
So you're adding it. It says, what is the probability of selecting a jury of all students?
Right now, we're not finding A. We're not doing A. We're finding this part. We got to find the total first. This is the total. This is the total different combinations of students. This is a different combination of adults or whatever, teachers. So we got to find the total that we're selecting from. So that would be 11 math combination of 6. That's 462. Plus second, this is where you use your second key, second entry, and backspace and hit 0. And that's 210.
Add those together.
Add those together and that's your total.
Is that 46.2? Or is that 462?
462. Plus that's 672. All right, now figure what's the probability of all students and all faculty? That's A and B, or B and A, or A and B.
To find 3 and 3, do you just change 6 to 3? So it says, what is the probability of selecting a jury of 3 students and 3 faculty? Will I just change the 6 to 3?
Wait a minute. Grade process at 6 individuals randomly from, yeah, it's the jury is only 6. What are you talking about 6 and 3?
Section C.
What is the
We ain't at section C, we're at A and B. Okay, what is the probability of selecting a jury of all students? Well, of all students would be what? 11 combination of 6.
462.
Over,
672.
there you go. And then all adults, 210 over 672. And then what is this? What is the probability of selecting a jury of 3 students, if that's what you're talking about? So that would be 11 combination of 3 and 10 combination of 3 over the total.
And you just divide those two numbers by
Yep.
2.
Well, you divide it by 672. Remember, probability, you got to find the total. All right, now, Monday or Tuesday, whenever y'all come back, we're going to, hold on a second, we're going to go over the test, which is not